don't know my mind, you don't know my kind of necessity.
But like it's a new era in that, like, one, you know, working with Brian was a really different. We've been working with Rick Rubin for 20 years, you know. So to start working with Brian was really different. That changed up the process. But also, you know, when Josh Klinghoffer joined the band, John Frusciante had been such a huge creative part and pillar of the band and a creative force. And when John left, you know, we hired Josh, and we had never played a show with him, anything. We went right in to make an album. Went right in and recorded, you know, wrote and recorded an album. And then we started touring it. But this is we hadn't really established a language with him yet. And he hadn't really, you know, been free to really be himself and for us to know each other enough to have that sort of unspoken musical relationship, you know, something of depth. And by the time we got around to making this record, we had toured with him for a couple of years, we'd been with him, around him a lot, and we started to know each other and to have the times where we scream at each other and are angry at each other and tell each other we love each other and all that stuff, you know what I mean, that only comes with depth and time and growth. So it's a new era with really Josh coming into his own and us establishing a language with him.
Just being new to the band, being in this band for the first time was strange and something that I had to get used to. But now that I have been in the band for a while and done a whole tour with them, this second album, to throw a new producer into the mix, it created a whole new, you know, arguably more unknown and sort of difficult in ways than the previous one, because especially because I had sort of brought 2 years of writing this album and expectation into the making of it, and when we turned up I realized I don't think any of this is going to apply. It's a whole new thing. So
with the Getaway, it's definitely exactly what we wanted to do. We said what we wanted to say. We didn't like walk away going, oh, I wish I would have said that. Why am I just thinking of it now? We got it out. And we figured out how to work together. We found a producer that worked best for these guys at this point in time. I honestly, I listened to it yesterday, our record with my son, and it feels like it's as good of a record as we've ever made. But it's still, you know, if I can borrow from the ye old Spinal Tap, it's fire and ice. It's not all easy-going, mellow love fest. We argue. We argue, and hopefully we argue in a way that things get resolved. Not like we don't like each other. I think we love each other and we respect each other, but we're all just a little bit too passionate in a selfish way. We want it our way. And so when we don't get our way, we look at each other like, are you crazy? It's better this way. And we fight, and then we work it out, and hopefully we leave the fight in the past and move forward. But
that's one of the greatest things about playing with them, being around them, is they just sort of seem like they've probably been the same guys and the same with each other for 30 plus years, and and like I say, it's just such an honor to be involved with people like that. I mean, it just, there is such a love between all four of us, but particularly Anthony and Flea for so long, and now Chad's been a part of the group forever. There's such a connection between those three.